Arsenal are going to win the league, and here is why, well, in my opinion. What do you think?
Okay, so Arsenal versus Man City. This is the big one. It's a game that's seemingly going to decide the title. No one actually thought this at the start of the season, but it's the way it's turned out. And for me, the fact that Arsenal are currently leading the league by 5 points, I think, and they're not even favourites to win the league, it just shows that, like, if they did win it, they probably didn't deserve to, really. But anyway, we're going to do our predictions for this game in the video, and just to end it off, a little surprise, we're going to end with our whole predictions, who we think is going to actually win it in the end. So Ryan, do you want to go with your Man City versus Arsenal prediction?
I'm going to go for a 2-1 Arsenal prediction. It's quite unlikely, but I think, as Gary Neville said previously, if you were given one game to win the league, one game at the start of the season, you had to go away, you'd do anything. And I think that is what Mikel Arteta will say. You'll do anything to win the league. This is the game to prove it. I know you've lacked confidence, but show the world and show how good you are, because they've got talent, let's not deny it. They've got really good talent, and I think this will be just the game to show it. It'll be a tough game, obviously. I think Haaland will get a goal, but I think Saka and Martinelli will get a goal. Martinelli not always turning up in big games, but I feel tonight will be a turn in that story.
Alright, I've got one thing to say about this game that pretty much decides it, really. It is at the Etihad. Arsenal are away, and City, they rarely drop points at home. I mean, we've seen it in the title races they've had with Liverpool over the recent years. I don't think Liverpool have actually beaten them at home in years. So it's just incredibly difficult to beat them at home. Honestly, the best Arsenal could probably do this game is a draw, I would say. But I actually think we could see a demolition job here from City. 4-1. You brought up some players. Martinelli, I don't care what anyone else says, he isn't actually that good. He never turns up against the big teams. I've seen him get subbed off at half-time multiple times. And overall, all he ever does is score tap-ins against teams like Everton. Anyway, Bukayo Saka and Odegaard will link up brilliantly for Arsenal's only goal of the game. But City are going to score 4. I think Haaland will get 2. He'll come close to getting a hat-trick, but Haaland will get 2. Alvarez as a sub will add 1 more to the tally really late on. And other than that, I see someone like De Bruyne scoring. He normally has a good game against Arsenal as well. Kind of just the upgraded Odegaard, really. And that's the thing with Arsenal versus City. Arsenal are basically trying to be City, and City are just too good for them. And I think that's what's going to happen here.
Well, whilst I don't agree, I think that Arsenal will still win the league. Even with poor form. I think, tonight will be a real turning. It's either they're going to win tonight and win the league, or they're going to lose and absolutely crash out. That's just what I feel.
Well, for me, I also want to bring up the fact that Arsenal really aren't that good at the back. 3 goals versus Southampton recently, 2 against West Ham, 2 against Liverpool, 2 against Villa earlier in the season, I think 2 against Bournemouth earlier in the season, the second time as well. Who else did they draw to recently? Was it
West Ham,
Bournemouth, West Ham, Liverpool, Southampton?
Yeah.
They're conceding so many goals at the moment, and that's against teams that are doing bad. Imagine what will happen when they play City with an absolute monster up front.
I do have to say, I think a really important factor could be, does Saliba play, or do they play Rob Holding? Saliba out injured, but there's rumours of him just getting a lot of injections to get him through this match. So I think you used to seeing football, but now for injury purposes and longevity of careers, they don't do it. And I think it'll be a really interesting move to see if he's going to risk his whole career for one game. I personally think the smart play is just play Rob Holding, just try for another league.
I think Saliba with a bunch of injections wouldn't be better than Holding is anyway.
To be fair, I'm not sure. To be fair,
Arsenal have definitely been conceding more about Saliba and Holding in there, but I don't think Holding's been typically at fault for a majority of the goals. There's some he could have done better, but overall I don't think he's that bad.
Last week,
Haaland is probably going to bully
when they played Southampton on last Friday, I do think Holding was at fault for the last 2 goals, just poor, and also a mistake from Ramsdale. He's going to be a good factor. Because if he plays like he did against Liverpool in the last few minutes, making wonder saves like that, that could really determine if they win the game or not. Or if he plays, not plays like he did after Southampton, because he didn't play too badly. He just made a mistake quite early on in the game, and that really did screw them.
Bottom in the league.
Yeah, but
can't exactly say you've had a good game
not
with
all
that.
his fault.
Not all his fault, but anyway, that is our predictions for this game and sort of the whole title race as a whole. So
Arsenal will win.
yeah, I think City. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to like, comment and subscribe, and yeah, tell us in the comments who you think is going to win this game and win the league overall. See you guys next time.